नमस्कार, रसोई के रहस्य के इस नए एपिसोड में आप सबका एक बार फिर से स्वागत है। वी आर बैक विद अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ संक्रांति।
रसोई के रहस्य आओ मिलकर खोले हम, रसोई के रहस्य आओ मिलकर खोले हम।
Celebrating Sankranti and the beautiful onset of spring. So far, we have spoken about the south, we have visited the west. How can we not be visiting the north, the home for so much food and so much celebration? आज हम जा रहे हैं नॉर्थ की ओर, उत्तर भारत में संक्रांत को किस तरह से सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है। बिकॉज लोहड़ी को कोई कैसे भूल सकता है वहां पर जो सेलिब्रेशंस होती हैं। सो माय गेस्ट टुडे इज from the north of India, from Gurgaon. My guest is Anju Verma, who is a homemaker, but somebody who's absolutely passionate about food in every way, whether it is searching recipes and putting them down, making them healthier, experimenting, sharing them with people, feeding her family, feeding others who come to her home. This passion has led her to become a very successful Instagrammer who has an excellent account. Do visit Anju Verma at anjuverma.recipes on Instagram. And I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Her recipes are simple, innovative, gluten-free, diabetic-friendly, and also something that can be varied as vegan. Plus, of course, they're tasty as ever. So, before anything else, let's welcome on our show Anju Verma from Gurgaon. Hi Anju, welcome to Rasoi ke Rahasya. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Payal. Such a nice introduction and so nice to get in touch with you, and would love to really talk about festival which is Lohri. You know, Punjab, it's celebrated, it's basically Sankrant, but Lohri is celebrated a night before Sankranti.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So people here, we sing and dance, and mostly people wear very good clothes, and they have a bonfire, they dance around the bonfire, and they throw, puffed corn and all, and til laddu sweets around the fire, and the prayers are offered to the bonfire, seeking abundance and and prosperity. And this is how it's celebrated. And of course, we exchange til laddu sweets and all. And some people also donate clothes and give away a lot of things in charity.
Yes.
On this auspicious day. And of course, people sing and dance. And in my place, of course, my mom, she was from UP, and I've always seen her giving away a lot of split black urad dal. She always used to give that to so many people around her, and I used to always ask, "Nahi, ye bahut acha hota hai, shagun hota hai," and it's very auspicious. And she used to fast, and we used to have this khichdi made at home, especially on Sankranti.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was offered also, and we used to have it also with a lot of desi ghee, and we used to love it. And so whenever this khichdi used to made, and I used to always say, "Mama, aaj Sankranti hai." She said, "Haan, aaj Sankranti hai." So this is how we got to know. And I've continued this tradition now also. I make it a point to make khichdi on Sankranti, and I try and give poor people some clothes. Sometimes like here in winters, giving away woolens to people, needy people, my maids and all. And my kids also see me doing this. They also I also want them to continue the same tradition of making khichdi at home and giving away. And I make sweets also at times, or at times I get like gud ho gaya, gachak, rebdi, anything which is made with gud and sesame. It is made. That's how we celebrate.
But if you look at it, it is a festival of harvest, and it is also giving gratitude to other farmers. That's what I've heard from others as well, that the whole idea is कि नई फसल है, एंड नई फसल का शुक्रिया भी अदा करते हैं, एंड नई फसल को पूजते भी हैं, and everything is fresh and new at that point in time. Thand hai, north is still cold, south it starts moving out, but I think the north is still pretty cold at that point in time. So I think also the reason must be ke garam khana ho, things that til and gur and everything are basically adding to the warmth in the body.
Yes, they give you energy, of course, and keeps your body warm. So that's how in winters, especially til and gur, they're very good things to eat at home.
Is there anything over there, anything particular that is done with gur? As in, is it any kind of new gur or something like that? Because there's a lot of harvesting of sugarcane also at that point in time.
Yes, this, yeah.
The gur naya hota hai?
Yeah, naya gur, that's what, naya gur you can take because that really tastes nice. But at times if you don't have, so it turns slightly bittery and dark. But it's always good to have something made with naya gur,
That's what it makes
it.
It makes
all
it
the
taste,
recipes say that, you should always have naya gur. With
But also apart from the traditions of charity and the tradition of making khichdi, I remember we also do it at home. They say khichdi mansna, and even if we don't essentially cook it, we always put it together, the khichdi ka, the split moong dal and the naya chawal, and mix it and give it away in case we're not using it ourselves.
Yes, yeah.
But uske ilawa agar matlab aisa koi, I don't think ki I have any memories of any puja part happening on Sankrant per se.
No, I don't think any puja. That's what they only do charity of clothes and food and exchange of sweets. That's what I have seen.
Yes, exactly.
Growing up, yeah.
So most commonly what I've so far heard from the others also is that people tend to think, mix religion and festivals together. But these festivals like these are practically a community coming together, isn't it?
Yes, a community, of course, we do have, but now because of lockdown, there's no celebration as such. But otherwise, people used to look forward, especially kids, because here it's very cold and we used to have bonfire and people wearing, all fancy clothes and, and then dancing and going around the fire. Yeah. My son used to really, really love it and he used to always say, Mama, I just love this festival, because he used to just love being around bonfire and, throwing stuff and all this. So that's how we do it,
And it's also a celebration. Society. It's also auspicious for, newborn or new wedding and, for a couple.
Yeah. Because they always say, पहली लोहड़ी है, पहली शादी के बाद लोहड़ी है, या बच्चे की पहली लोहड़ी है. So people, that's how also people say, and they give shagan to each other. And, so that's...
The beauty of it all, and of course Nach Gana and things like that. So we are in any case, I think in the north, it's absolutely fabulous. The spirit of celebrating and breaking into a song and dance is, of course, the easiest thing to do, and it just adds to the color and the beauty of it all.
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
Aapka abhi table, now when we move on and see what happens on Sankrant in terms of food. Of course, there's til and there are various things done with til and gur around there for sweet. But is there anything in particular that is preferably cooked? Apart from, of course, khichdi to hai. Khichdi is the, sort of शगुन का होता है जैसे, तो उसके अलावा ऐसा कुछ होता है कि specific that you remember cooking on specifically for that day?
I remember my mom making Til Laddus, and I have always seen her doing this. That she used to just roast sesame seeds, mix in, and this was the easiest thing. She used to make just in another 10-15 minutes, and we used to get it. It was like roasting white. Yeah, so it's like roasting sesame seeds, just grinding, mixing your gur, and we used to just be there standing around, and she used to just give us lumps of it, not even making laddu, just binding it together, and we used to have it. And this is what I remember, besides khichdi that we used to get to eat, dessert.
There's nothing specific that is really cooked as in on that day, because the common factor that I see everywhere is वही के celebration है, खाना है, खाने में जो नया चीज है.
Yeah, basically khichdi is actually more to do, it has come in more from UP. Because there it is celebrated more like a donation thing, a charity thing. And in Punjab, it's like, they're very different way. Like they celebrate it as Lohri, which is basically, celebrated night before Sankranti.
Correct.
So it's being in Delhi, bordering all these states around. So we have a mix of everything. We celebrate Lohri also, we donate also. So we have everything. And at times I've seen people, they few other people I listen that they go to holy rivers to bathe and all, to just ward off the evil. That is what I've heard people saying, that hum snan karne gaye the, river mein, and to wash away and whatever, ward off any negativity and all that. So this I've heard from my dadi that they used to do. They used to go to Prague and वहाँ पे जाके ना प्रयागराज में जाके just to have
Sangam
पे स्नान. Yeah, that is what I've heard. And this used to happen, of course, around Kumbh Mela. But before that, also people go in for holy dips also.
Yes,
this is supposed to be very auspicious, to do this,
It's cleansing also, na? Kahin par bhi, wherever you hear the festival is definitely at least 2 days. The day before, whatever is done. मतलब जो भी होता है, चाहे लोहड़ी हो, चाहे साउथ में भोगी हो, उत्तरायण हो, कुछ भी हो, वो लोग सब लोग करते हैं. First, the day before that is usually cleansing, take out all the old and do whatever it is, and purifying and things like that. And the next day is the actual festival of sitting down to
and
celebrate.
Food-wise, of course, til gur is a common factor, but here in Lohri in Punjab, they normally have savories like gur, revdi, popcorn, peanuts. These are exchanged.
Yes,
and,
they are.
course,
I still remember the thrill of throwing popcorn and murmura and things like that, and the murunde that they used to make and put them into the fire. It's so absolutely exciting it used to be to do that. No kite flying. I don't think the North has kite flying on Sankrant.
Kite flying, they have it mostly on Independence Day or on Republic Day.
Yes.
Not really on Sankrant. This is what I thought but it's always on 15th August and Republic.
Yes, because the other areas like South as well as Gujarat, there's a whole lot of kite flying that happens. Telangana especially and Gujarat also, a lot of kite flying. मतलब लोग इंतजार करते हैं उसके लिए. I think for Sankrant to be able to
continues for days, for 2-3 days.
Yes, the terraces are full and things like that. So that's it. Just different. I think it's also very cold at that point in time in Delhi and Punjab and those areas to sit and fly kites on Sankrant. I think it's really cold also. So now, why don't you share with us one of your favorite recipes? Our listeners would love to have one of your recipes for.
Yeah, so I'll be sharing a recipe which is, you can call it til kut. We call it til kut here, and it's basically sesame jaggery balls. These are very nourishing balls, and they just made under 15 minutes with just 2 ingredients. So you don't need sugar or flour or ghee for it. Only 2 main ingredients are your sesame seeds, which is til, and your gur. So gur preferably should be a new gur which is softer. So if you take, I'll tell you the ingredients. So if you take 2 cups of your white sesame seeds, you take 1.5 cup of your soft jaggery, which you just chop or crush,
Right.
So weight wise, if you take 250 grams of sesame seeds, then you take slightly lesser weight wise gur. Otherwise your laddus will be very, very sweet. So you basically take 250 grams of white sesame seeds and 200 grams of your soft jaggery.
Right.
So the method is, you take a kadhai, you add your sesame seeds and you dry roast. And the important thing here is you dry roast on low flame. And this takes about 2 to 3 minutes. And you don't have to roast them a lot because it turns bitter if you over roast them. So just 2 to 3 minutes of continuous roasting, and that's it. And once it's cooled, you just have to grind it into a powder, and then you just take that in a big bowl. You mix it with your jaggery, and you just mix it well, and you just knead it into a soft dough, and you shape them into balls.
Oh, that's it.
This is how it's
wonderful.
So
but
it's a very easy.
Yes.
Easy recipe.
Is the sesame, powdered fine, or is it a little coarse kind of a powder?
Sesame is powdered fine.
Okay.
It's powdered fine, yeah.
Okay. And there is no dissolving of the gur.
No. So the jaggery which you get, in case it's in a block, you just grate it or you crush it, and it becomes very soft and sticky.
Right.
So once you mix your sticky jaggery with your roasted and powdered sesame, it binds very well. And it's very easy. So you don't need ghee or sugar syrup or anything.
Yeah.
So just 2 ingredients and your laddus are made, and they really, really taste nice, and of course very healthy, and warmth giving, gives you energy, and something very guilt-free which you can have, anytime.
And the til has its own oil, so you don't need anything when you soften the til up. When the sesame has been ground completely, it will release a little bit of oil as well. So
yes.
That on its own is, this is really so simple and so fabulous, and we think there's so much work in all of these things.
And it's such a good, any health enthusiast for kids, great mid-morning or tea time snack. You just have it with your chai, and it's so filling, satisfying, and very nice thing, and very easy to make. Very quick to make.
It really sounds so simple, and I used to always wonder if we needed to, make liquefied jaggery and then put this stuff in and things like that. This is truly, truly simple and very interesting. Thank you so much, Anju. I'm sure our listeners are going to really enjoy making this. For those who
Thank you so much for having me over, and it was such a pleasure talking about Lohri and everything associated with it. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yes, thank you again, and thank you for being here with us. रसोई के रहस्य का ये एपिसोड बस यहाँ तक ही। हमने संक्रांत मनाई उत्तर भारत में। अगले एपिसोड तक इंतजार कीजिए और जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ सोशल मीडिया पर, इंस्टाग्राम और फेसबुक पर। अगले एपिसोड में फिर मिलते हैं, तब तक के लिए नमस्कार।